EE World, we are at APEC, and we are in the Omicron Lab and Picotest booth. And Steve Sandler is going to tell us about his latest creation. This one is a water-cooled probe, and we covered that a little earlier, but now we get to see it for real. So Steve, why don't you tell us about how it works?
Yeah, so this is actually a really interesting one, and honestly wasn't part of our plan. But the latest optical transceivers, the 800G PAM4 transceivers, have a power supply rejection requirement that says you have to actually test the power supply for the transceiver by putting in noise and measuring the eye diagram at the other side. It turned out not to be so simple because they need to modulate that signal up to 10 megahertz, and the transceiver itself is only a half ohm. So if you calculate the inductance of the interconnect, it turns out you can afford about 1/4 of an inch of wire to get 10 megahertz through the transceiver. So we realized that we had to make a probe. And so we made the modulator probe. It's a gallium nitride probe. There's a little gallium nitride element inside the tip right there. And then this solders right to their board transceiver. And then we can modulate it through this cable here. Of course, the problem is that the modulator still has a power dissipation of about 25 watts or so. And so how do you get 25 watts out of the probe? Well, the only way we can figure that out is to water cool the probe. So we put into water cooling tubes, and we went through this water cooling unit. And so this keeps the probe tip cool. We put power and sense here. We modulate the AC signal here. And that's how they modulate transceivers up to about 10 megahertz for the PSNR test requirement of QSFP and SFP plus transceivers. And so it was kind of a fun project to do.
Okay.
And it's getting a lot more attention than we thought. We thought it'd be a very limited market, for transceivers, but it seems like just about everybody makes a transceiver. And the one question we do get a lot is on the water cooling unit, I can see the water cooling tubes, but what is that one there? And they said, well, that's for the other water cooling probes. And they said,
Other water cooling probes. So
yeah,
what's that?
What other water cooling probes? And so, while that's the best kept secret, we do have other water cooling probes coming, and those will connect right there. Look for those this summer.
This summer. Okay, well, we'll be looking for that too. All right, Steve, thank you.